The Prophet ﷺ had a customized way to talk to every single hardship. You lost a child, there's a way to talk to you. You are sick, you lost a loved one, the Prophet ﷺ addressed them all in a very wise manner. Sometimes you freeze. What should I do? What should I say? I need help? This is what Rasulullah ﷺ is about to teach us, inshallah. Number one, prioritize visiting the sick. Someone is in a calamity, someone is in a hardship, such as sickness and so on, make it a priority to go and visit them. Sa'ad radiallahu anhu, he says, one day I was very sick, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam visited me. So what happened? There was no invitation. Guys, if you guys want to visit me, I'm available 6 to 7. No, you go and you message. When are you available? Show that I'm aware that you're absent from work. I didn't see you in class or in the masjid. Show that level of respect. It goes a long, long way. I remember one of the brothers, may Allah bless him, and I mentioned him before, Brother Mansour. There was a time that I did not come to Fajr in the masjid. And then he messaged me, he's like, I haven't been seeing Fajr, how is everything? SubhanAllah, I'll never forget this. This was years ago. May Allah bless him. And may Allah have mercy on his father who just passed away. Ameen Rabbil Alayhi. So it goes a long way. And if you do the opposite, it backfires badly. What do you mean backfires, the opposite? A brother in one of the communities that I lived in, he was absent for 2 weeks approximately. Or had actually more. So then when he came back, one of the brothers commented, he says, oh, you still remember the address of the masjid. Wow. You still remember? They're being very sarcastic. And you've been so absent. So the brother, how do I know the story? Because the brother didn't show up after he came back. So he was absent for some time. He came back that one day. He got that comment, wow, you still remember the address. Very unnecessary, it's not funny. So then the guy left and didn't come back for a while. So then I went to go check on him. When I went to go check on him, Shu akhbarak, what's going on? How is everything? I hope everything is well. Then he told me, yeah, you know what, this happened to me. When he was absent, he was going through a surgery. He had a severe illness that required surgery. May Allah forgive me for taking that long to ask about him. So I'm not justifying his absence from the masjid. I'm explaining how some comments, uncalculated, can really ruin people's emotions. Right? And Allah will hold us accountable for that. So here the Prophet ﷺ has Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas sick. He goes and he visits him. And then, look what happens. The Prophet ﷺ, when he visited him, he connected through touch. Obviously, subjective, watch who you do it with and all that stuff. But the sense of touch goes a long way. It is extremely disturbing and very saddening that, to the most part, teachers are not allowed to touch young kids. It's very depressing, to be very honest with you. Like, oh, because of what happens, because of one ugly incident, which is horrible, made others don't get that touch that many children need. Yes or no? May Allah forgive us. So the Prophet ﷺ, he saw Sa'd ibn Waqqas, so he put his hand over him. You know what? Comforting him, ﷺ. And then he wiped over his forehead and chest and made dua for him. And the dua was so beautiful. I actually never noticed it, to be honest. And I felt this dua is very intimate. Let me know what you guys think. When someone is sick, what do we usually say? May Allah cure you, صح? What did the Prophet ﷺ do? He didn't say, may Allah cure you. He says, Ya Allah, cure Sa'd. Ya Rab, Allahumma ishfi Sa'd. Allahumma ishfi Sa'd. Allahumma cure Sa'd 3 times. Isn't that very nice? I don't know, what do you guys think? Like it felt like I am going to beg on your behalf. Right? May Allah help you with your money. Right? Now I'm telling people, can you please help him with money? Or ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly. Like I'm humbling myself to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help you. Allahu Akbar. Allahumma ishfi Sa'd. Very nice, very beautiful. And he had obviously some customized du'as that he would say. For example, in one example, how he chose his words. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, sallu ala nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he received news that his grandchild was very sick. And he's obviously aware of the sickness of the child. And take note, many babies used to die back in the day. Like it was almost a common thing. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, when he was born, one of his names is what? Atiq, right? Part of it is that because the mother of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq kept having her kids die because of the sickness, diseases. We don't have the protection, the medication that we may have today and overall knowledge that we have today. So for a child to survive, that's an amazing thing. May Allah bless all our children. So without a doubt, he's aware that his grandchild is very sick. So then he got another message or so and saying, Ya Rasulullah, our child or my child is very sick. I think they're going to pass away. So the Prophet ﷺ, he had people over, gathering. So that person that sent the message, the Prophet ﷺ paused the gathering. He paused it. And he told him, tell them I say salamun alaykum. Or reply, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon you. And tell them, inna lillahi ma akhadh. Whatever Allah takes, already what belongs to Allah. So Allah took what belongs to Him. وَمَا أَعْطَى. And whatever Allah takes and whatever Allah gives, at the end of the day, it all returns back to Allah. وَكُلُّ شَيْءٍ عِنْدَهُ مُسَمَّى. Everything has an appointed time. How long you live in this life, how long you have your parents around you, everything is calculated. فَلْتَحْتَسِبْ وَلْتَصْبِرْ. Hope for the reward of the pain you're experiencing. Look forward to the gains that you will get from the pain you're experiencing, and be as patient as possible. That messenger went back and said, the Prophet says salam, and he reminds you, whatever Allah gives, whatever Allah takes, all belongs to Allah. Everything is appointed. Allah knows what He's doing. Be hopeful. There's benefit behind it. Be patient. So what did she tell him? The messenger, go to him and ask him by Allah to come and visit me. Please. So the Prophet ﷺ, with all the people had over, maybe guests and company, he says they had company over, he says, okay, the whole company got up and walked to the Prophet ﷺ. Allahu Akbar. So not just pause to say salam and make dua and so on. He went, and then what happened? He was given the child. And the hadith says, when he grabbed the child was clearly making the noises of the last few breaths that they will take. May Allah forgive and have rahmah on our brothers and sisters in Gaza. And may Allah grant patience to the parents that carry their dead children. Ya Rabbil Alameen. Wallah, it's quite sad. And honestly, I did not intend to choose this session out of all the chapters, but because of all the calamities that we're witnessing in Gaza, and the wonderful reporter Anas al-Sharif, may Allah have mercy on him, and the entire Al Jazeera crew, you just feel so sad, subhanAllah. And we always going to go back to this content because it's real, it's relatable, it's practical, it truly helps. May Allah grant us the ability to have hope in the midst of all the darkness. Ya Rabbil Alameen. So here the Prophet ﷺ, he grabbed that child, and the child was like taking the last few breaths, and then what happened? The Prophet ﷺ started to cry. He cried so much. So Sa'ad, he was next to the Prophet in that event, and he said, Ya Rasulullah, like he was a bit surprised that he got emotional to the point that he's crying. So then the Prophet ﷺ says, this is mercy. This is mercy. Allah puts it in the heart of whichever servant He wants. May Allah make us of the servants that Allah puts mercy in our hearts. And Allah will not have mercy on the people except the people that have mercy to others. May Allah allow us to have mercy to others, to receive Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's rahmah. So here Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is giving what? Condolences, right? Words of comfort. And look at the reward of it. I hope the following hadith, I pray to Allah to help me and help you all implement. Qulu ameen. The Prophet ﷺ says, not a single believer goes wa yu'azzi, gives condolences to their brother. It does not have to be someone who passed away situation. Condolences, yani words of comfort. Whatever it may be. Someone is sick, lost a loved one, got laid out from a job, whatever the case is. What happens? The Prophet says, whoever sends their condolences, words of comfort, to their brother or sister who's suffering a calamity, except that Allah will clothe that person with the clothing of dignity on the Day of Judgment. Allahu Akbar. What a reward! All the way till Yawm al-Qiyamah level of reward, Yawm al-Qiyamah, Day of Judgment level of reward, Jannah inshaAllah. Why? Because that broken heart, you went and you clothed it with comfort. You went to that heart that is crying and you wiped these tears with whatever cloth, as in your words of comfort. As a result, Allah will literally cover you on a day everybody is naked and desperate to be covered. May Allah make us among those who give comforting words to our brothers and sisters who go through a calamity, to a suffering. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. So next time you see maybe a social media post, something of that sort, don't hesitate to comment, even private message if you have access and capability. May Allah reward us and grant us the ability to serve. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. The fourth thing, now what was the first one? Who remember? What was the first one? Prioritize visiting, right? So there's a visitation. Excellent. What was the second one? Connect through touch and make dua. Ahsant, right. And then words of comfort. Now ta'ziyah, condolences. The fourth one, and everything else in the remaining of the session until we go pray Maghrib, is physical. Active work. What is that? Actively support those in need. The Prophet ﷺ, he says, الساعي على الأرملة والمسكين. The one who helps the widows, Allahu Akbar, and the poor people is like a mujahid fi sabilillah. You are jihad. You are a moment of jihad. When you go and you take care, you sponsor, you pay, guardian, sign out, whatever, backup, anything for a widow or an orphan or someone is in need. And the Prophet ﷺ said in one narration, the companions, they said, the reward that you get when you help the people in need, going through a calamity, she just lost her husband. That orphan lost their father or parent. What happens? It's like you stayed all night praying and all day fasting every day. So what's happening? The Prophet is prioritizing your life. Focus on the right thing. Sometimes, no, you got to take this down here and increase there. May Allah grant us wisdom, Ya Rabb, on how to prioritize our life, Ya Rabb al-Alameen. Active, go help, more than just words. The Prophet ﷺ says, whoever sponsors an orphan, a hadith every one of you pretty much heard before. He says, أَنَا وَكَافِلِ الْيَتِيمِ. Myself and the one who sponsors an orphan is just like this in Jannah. تخيل, shoulder to shoulder to the Prophet ﷺ. Next door neighbor if you sponsor an orphan. After knowing this, after learning that, is it not something every one of us, with no exception, if you don't mind, should sponsor one orphan in our life? Inshallah. Can we all make that intention? Promise bi'idhnillah. Every one of us, no exception, inshallah. $30 a month, bi'idhnillah, you got this. If you're in the extreme case that you cannot do it, make the intention that I promise Allah, the moment I'm capable to afford a monthly payment of $30 for, let's say, a year's sponsorship or so, you're going to go for it. Khalas, inshallah. Let's get out of these sessions with like life-changing moments. Ameen Rabbil Alameen. So, once again, the armala, the widow, the orphan, you can do any type of sponsorship. Not just that, the Prophet ﷺ, he would give people a specific personalized meals. Why is that? Because that family just lost a loved one, death in the family. So the Prophet ﷺ started a tradition, a sunnah, that when someone loses a loved one, they should not be worried about food and meals. They should not be concerned how to order food. The whole community, the neighbors, the family members or friends, they should take over the food. So the Prophet ﷺ, he said to the community, the family of Ja'far had a severe calamity because Ja'far radhiallahu anhu passed away in the battle of Mu'tah. So there's the wife, Asma bint Umays, and I think 3 children or so. So he says, cook food for them. So let's, bismillah, let's bi'idhnillah do that, right? And mashallah, tabarakallah, when my wife delivered, may Allah bless her and the whole family, Ya Rab, we had wonderful people that, brought food, because I can't cook, may Allah forgive us, right? Right, to go and help out. And we have, mashallah, brother Umar's family, Zamallah khair. They provided us a meal. I remember the roast beef. Mashallah, tabarakallah. I'll never forget it. May Allah grant you all Jannah. Say Ameen. So all these things, they go a long way, subhanallah. So when you give, Allah will give more and provide support. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us righteous companionship, good people around us, and give us the ability to help others when they are in need. What else? There's one that I'm sure many of you will love. One time, the Prophet ﷺ, he saw a man who invested in something. And genuine man, he really tried to make money. Good business, not like weird or whatever, careless, wasteful. And that business caused a severe financial loss, financial crisis. So what happened? He had a lot of debt. In that debt that he had, it was so severe, the Prophet ﷺ, in our words today, opened up a launch good link. He said, "Tasaddaqu ala akhikum." Come on, bring money together and go give your brother to help him out of that debt. Subhanallah. It's quite tough. But see how going beyond just words and beyond dua, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us the ability to never be in debt. Say Ameen. Last but not least, give personalized reminders based on the people's needs. And now we're going back to what? Nasiha. Someone is so sick. It's like, I hate myself, I hate this life, I want to die. There's something specific to say to that person. The Prophet ﷺ had someone that was wishing for death because of the pain they're going through. So he says, do not wish for death. Rather, what you should say, if you're in severe pain, that there's like almost no cure that is found, because he told us, the Prophet ﷺ, every pain has a cure. Remember that. لِكُلِّ دَاءٍ, for every disease, there's a what? Medicine. So he ﷺ says, if you really want to say something similar to like, I just want to die, I don't want to be here no more, say, Oh Allah, make me live as long as life is good for me, and make me die if death was better for me. Go, that's the furthest that you go. One time, another scene, customized. Another person was like, Allah yil'an, may Allah curse this disease that I'm going through. May Allah curse this, high fever or migraine. So the Prophet ﷺ says, do not curse the disease. Do not what? Have swear words at the disease. Rather, look at it as a moment where all the sins is being what? Erased from it. Right? Look at the half full of that cup. May Allah forgive us, and may Allah make us patient whenever we go through a calamity. One time the Prophet ﷺ, look, customize it. But now how do we customize it? You need to learn. The Prophet ﷺ had a group of people, and there's one guy who was so attached to his son. Like, every father is attached, but some people express it more, right? So he's so attached. So the Prophet ﷺ asked that man, Atuhibbu? You love your son a lot? You know what I take from this on a personal level? Sometimes obvious questions are okay. Some people, they take it sarcastically. Oh, you're here? No, I'm not. All right? Like, okay, you can joke with your shabab, right? But if someone's like serious about it, don't do that, right? Oh, the food came. No, it's still on the way. Like, it's right here, sir. So the Prophet ﷺ asked the man, Atuhibbu, you love him? You know what the man said? May Allah love you the way I love him. Allahu Akbar. And that's how much he loves his child. I mean, this is a metaphor example, right? And Allah, without a doubt, loves the Prophet ﷺ more than this man loves his son, right? So then days passed, weeks passed, the man would be coming, and all of a sudden the man stopped coming. So the Prophet ﷺ asked, where's the brother? The adab, the respect. Where's the guy that we used to always come here with his son, remember? He said, Ya Rasulullah, he has not been showing up. Why? His son died. Ya Allah. May Allah make it easy for all those who lost their children. His son died. So the Prophet ﷺ, what does he do? What will he do? Khalas, now you guys all know. What does he do? He's going to go to him. Right? He goes and he speaks to him. He knows how much his child means to this father. So he asks the father. He says, if you have two options, which one will you choose? If you have an option for your child to stay with you for the rest of your life, until you basically pass away, or for your child to be ahead of you in Jannah, and opens the door of paradise for you to enter, which one would you want and be with him forever? He's like, then with these two options, without a doubt, option 2, for him to be definitely in Jannah, and I'm definitely with him in Jannah because now I'm an adult, right? So the Prophet says, that is your reward, that's what you will get. You will meet your son, inshallah, in Jannah. And it works. This is not just some lip service. I remember one time we had an international student in Windsor. So then his child died. It was severe. The man was broken. But I knew, wallahu ta'ala, I felt this man was a man of faith. I've seen in the message many times. So I learned a hadith similar from Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu. Abu Hurairah, a lady, she came to him and said, Ya Abu Hurairah, since you know a lot of hadith, tell me something to calm down. I lost 2 of my children. It's very rough. So he said, I'll tell you something. These little children, on the day of judgment, will go to their parents and will pull the parents from their clothing, just like how I'm doing it. So now a way of teaching. He grabbed the clothing, right? But on adab and respect, maybe his own clothing. He says, that's how they will do. And they will pull their parents to Jannah. Brought that lady so much comfort. I learned this from one of our teachers. May Allah grant our teachers Jannah. That international student, I said to him, you know what, there's a hadith of Rasulullah. Wallahi, this man's like, is this authentic? So I'm going to be with him in Jannah, inshallah. Like I die as a Muslim because a baby, we go for Jannah, right? For sure. And his mood changed. May Allah make us people that when we hear such narrations of the Prophet ﷺ, our mood changes. That we have hope. So what's the theme that you saw across all 5? Someone is in a calamity, in a severe situation. Hope is your target. They're broken, they're down. You lift up what? Their spirits. So next time you see someone struggling, what do? You show up, you bring food, say suitable words, make dua. You be the means of the mercy they desperately are looking for, and they may be to you the jihad that you always prayed for. Right? Allah أعطاك the opportunity. So may Allah bless you and protect you. I'm going to end a bit early, inshallah, so we may be able to pray Maghrib. After Maghrib, inshallah, I will be back. In case anyone has any questions or any reflections, I'll be back, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khairan. May Allah lift all your hardships and calamities. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
If you're enjoying our content and want to see more, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like this video. Your support helps us grow and reach more people. Also, if you'd like to help us produce even more frequent and high-quality content, consider contributing to us on Patreon. Every little bit helps, and it means the world to us. So, share with your friends, and let's keep this journey going together. Thanks for all your support.